Hey, Pretty Girl Club, welcome back to the Storytime series. This storytime comes from a brown skinned exotical. If you have a story you'd like to tell about colorism, texturism, featureism, or pretty girl problems, please email me at exoticalsunited@gmail.com. But this girl says, "Hi, Exoticals United. I just wanted to say that I absolutely love your channel and it has played a huge part in me realizing that I'm an exotical. I have some stories I'd like to share. Before I found your channel, I used to follow Black women empowerment channels like Chrissy and Lexus Exodus. I didn't realize how miserable that space was until I discovered yours. It was a complete 180. I unsubscribed and never looked back. I couldn't relate to a lot of the issues they were talking about, found their obsession with non-black men weird as fuck, and started to feel bad about myself when they talked about women with the same features as me. I noticed they would try to humble us monoracial brown-skinned exoticals by saying that we're dark-skinned just like them, and any attempt to say otherwise means we're colorist. Yet they want us to acknowledge our privilege and be their representation. They refuse to accept the reality that brown-skinned exotical women don't have the same experiences that they do. I am not light-skinned, but I am not dark-skinned. I also have 3C, 4A hair, which is considered good hair in the black community. Growing up, unambiguous black people would always ask questions about my hair, try to touch it, and also asked if I was mixed or Ethiopian. I never got those questions from actual biracial people and other races. My mom told me that when I was a toddler, she got mad at the older black women in my dad's church because after service, they crowded around her while she was holding me and tried to touch my hair without her permission. They were asking if it was my real hair and what kind of products she used. My mom is dark-skinned herself with 4C hair and was so creeped out she didn't take me back there until I was in my early teens. Also, whenever she took me to get my hair straightened at salons, older black female hairstylists would always say how soft, pretty, and manageable my hair was. Unambiguous women online can try to humble us all they want, but the truth is they pedestalize us in real life, especially when it comes to hair. The only reason I was in black women empowerment spaces is because I am a black woman and was looking for an online space with content about our experiences and celebrity gossip. What I didn't know, until I started watching more of their videos, was that their space was really an echo chamber of negativity to voice their insecurities and hatred towards ambiguous women like me. They make fun of us and celebrate when one of our own gets dogged out and abused by an unambiguous black man, and say we got the same black man as them. There's so many layers to how effed up that is. Also, who the F wants to compete for Pookies and Ray Rays? I only spend time with and befriend men who are smart and have a lot going for themselves, regardless of their race. That's another thing, too. I couldn't relate to their dating experiences with men. I'm 23 and have never had a boyfriend before, but I'm very cautious and want to take my time when it comes to dating and relationships. The men I've been on dates with have all been respectful, chivalrous, nice, and paid for everything without me even asking. They make it seem like all exoticals are out to steal their men, and stuck-up mean girls who are constantly competing with them for attention of unambiguous black men. Meanwhile, I could care less about getting romantic attention from black men because they barely approach me to begin with, and the ones that do fetishize me. They would ask me tons of questions about my hair and asked if I was mixed. When I said no, they stopped talking to me. Whereas compliments I've gotten from Hispanic and white men were about my beauty, personality, and intellect. They also never asked about my race or hair. To them, I was a smart, beautiful woman they wanted to spend time with. To the black men I dealt with, I felt like I was their ticket to creating a mini exotical version of themselves. It's a gross feeling when you pick up a man who wants that from you. I prefer men who like me as my authentic self, which has mainly been Hispanic and white men. I've always naturally attracted men of other races without trying, and I think part of that is because I grew up in a diverse upper middle class suburb. Whenever I was on dating apps, the vast majority of likes came from Hispanic and white men, with a few Asians. My suburb has many immigrants from around the world, so I went to school with kids of many different races and ethnicities, as well as formed close friendships with them. For me, making friends in diverse spaces is easy, and it transfers over into my dating life too. I think non-black men can sense when a black woman is obsessed with dating outside their race versus someone who's naturally open to dating outside their race. I've done some lurking in the Black Girl subreddit, and oh my gosh, it's a mess. There are so many black women there who have serious issues socializing with people outside of their race, and I can't relate at all. Yeah, has anyone else noticed that a lot of women with inferiority complexes, they actually are not even able to socialize in a multicultural setting? They have social anxiety due to experiencing all of the isms simultaneously. This is according to their own talking points. A lot of them experience a bunch of social anxiety. So they can't even go out in public and have a normal conversation and like smile. A lot of women have like this resting bitch face or kind of this defensive personality because they're walking around assuming everybody's going to be racist or a colorist against them. But this girl says, I feel like at some point you have to look at yourself in the mirror and ask if you have something to do with it. Not every non-black person is out to harm you. If you're constantly on guard and closed off to non-black people, you're going to have a hard time socializing, building friendships, and dating people of other races. Exactly. Have you ever noticed that a lot of the women who promote swirling, they never have success themselves with swirling? They don't bring on their almighty white man. They don't bring on the almighty Hispanic man that they're dating. Every time you go on their channels, they'll be like, oh, well, I'm still out here looking. I'm still looking. It's been 10 or 15 years. So if you're such an expert on dating, why are you failing at dating for 15 years in a row? And then when you ask those content creators, like, what are your goals with dating? They will say that they want to be taken seriously or they want marriage or whatever. And it's like, okay, so if you want something, why have you not received it in over 15 years? Has anyone ever noticed that? They never have any positive examples of these swirling or divested relationships. All they do on their channels is tell you what you're doing wrong. But this girl says, I've also noticed that if a black girl posts about having a partner or close friends of another race, they attack her in the comments and downvote the post to hell. They also accuse her of being anti-black and hating herself. It's so effing weird. Yeah, and have you guys noticed that, like, whenever a dark-skinned woman is friends with a mixed-race woman, then people will accuse her of being the sidekick. They accuse her of hating herself. They accuse her of being anti-black or just trying to be cool with the non-black people. So it's almost like they don't want to be in blackness, but then when they see you engaging in multiculturalism, then they shame you for it. But what do you ladies think? Let me know in the comment section, and I'll talk to you next time. Stay pretty, ladies.